bullish market sentiment. Miguel, this goes way in depth about these options and in these derivatives and these calls and puts and all that. Without getting too crazy with that, tell me, my first thought when I see this is, options do drive markets, and a lot of people are betting on Bitcoin moving north. Is this a telltale sign that it's going to actually do the opposite, or are we actually headed for some bullish momentum on top of the momentum we've already had?
Yeah, so I think this is a leading sign of saying, hey, if options are exploding right now, when the ETF is on board, there's going to be a lot of volume on there trading, and it's going to start increasing, start creating a lot of hype and FOMO for Bitcoin. So I think that this is just like, the tasting of showing that people are interested in options, in futures. Therefore, they will be interested in this ETF that is a futures ETF, not a physically backed one. So it's showing that, and I think it's getting people ready and primed up. So they don't just, I don't know, a lot of people in the community were like, it's just a futures ETF. That doesn't really matter. Whatever. It's trying to build up, some momentum and hype for it. And I think it's going to be good. I think it's a good sign that there will be a lot of trading volume. And like I said earlier today, I think that they're going to try to program us to have a push, a good push for Bitcoin volume and price action with this ETF launch, so that we start associating ETF approval, Bitcoin pump, ETF approval, Bitcoin pump throughout the rest of the year, because we're going to see more ETF approvals happen. And then at the end of the day, the last time it really counts, when people are already officially saying, here comes another one, here comes another push, we're going to hit 200, we're going to hit 300, whatever price we're at, that last one or whatever it is, that's gonna,
So you're overall thinking that, excuse me, you're overall thinking that the ETFs are going to be catalysts until they're not, right?
Yes.
And so we have seen back in 2017, for those of you that weren't there, 2017 CME, which is Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures, went live, and literally on the day, it was a sell the news and then some. It absolutely dumped. So part of the reason I think people are getting a little bit nervous. What time does it go live tonight, Miguel? Midnight?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I think technically it rolls over at midnight tonight, and then obviously once the market opens tomorrow, we'll be live. But that being said, I think a lot of people are a little bit nervous, because even if you're bullish, incredibly bullish on this, a huge fake out here would be scary, right? And so I think a lot of times people are looking for a way. I was talking to you about this earlier, Miguel. People are looking for a way to kind of ease their level of pain when the pain does happen. And I was talking to Miguel earlier, guys, and I said, it's not that I don't want to be eternally optimistic. Here's the deal. When it comes to business, when it comes to things that I can actually control, I am a full-on bull. And it's because I can control what's going on. I can work my butt off, I can press through, and I can win, right? But when I don't have direct control over something, for me, in my mind says, okay, if I expect not nearly as much hype, if I expect not as high of a number, and then I get it, I'll be excited. But if I expect this stupid high number and then I don't get it, then all of a sudden I've been doing all this moon math, and it's like, what I like to do is do math off of what I believe to be more realistic type numbers. And again, it's all speculation, so I could be way far off from realistic, but I like to use more realistic numbers, do the math off that, and then make my plan based around that. And then if that's wrong to the upside, well, hallelujah. Hey, listen, I don't mind being blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Okay. I thought you had your mute. I thought you were about. I literally thought you were.
I was taking a breath, man.
You're not allowed to breathe, bro. The breathing is not part of the contract. Okay.
So, I mean, I definitely agree with you on that aspect, right? Of not getting all excited for this moon math, but sometimes you got to sprinkle a little bit of hopium on there for
Okay.
yourself so you can sleep at night,
Okay.
right? And like I said before, I hope for the best, but I am prepared for the worst.
Yeah.
So I am hoping for that 300,000, 100%, right? Biggest Bitcoin moon boy right here ever. But I expect it to not happen. I expect the worst. I expect 100K being the best case scenario and 60K already being the top. So
Okay.
if that were to be the top, I can go to sleep peacefully at night.
Okay.